Hello comrades and peers, and welcome to Rules Review number 8, Shako 2, by R.T. Conliffe. The oldest rule system in the series so far. This was my second Napoleonic miniature wargame, but so far I have never played it. A 130 pages softcover book, with some black and white pictures and drawings. You normally will play corps size, with a battalion as a unit. This is a bit old style. As you know it from Avalon Hill, rules are numbered for easy reference. So for example, 13.3.1 explains movement in woods. A bit different to the more informal rules you get today, but it has its uses. The rules begin with the usual list what you need and what would be nice to have on your board. There are different types of basing methods represented with 28mm scale as bases, but alternative distances for smaller scales given. Then comes the core of the rules with a list of troop types. Mostly these troop types correspond to a moral ranking, which is the engine of Shako 2. There are 5 moral ranks: Guard, Elite, Standard, Second Rank and Unreliable, with a numerical value of 6 to 2. This is the base for the resilience of a unit and its elan and melee. Guard units can't shoot any better than regular units, but they can take a beating and stay in order longer than their counterparts. Another core concept is the order system. Each side draws on a prepared map the orders for each division, which must be followed. So for example, take hill A. If they get there, they will change to defend order. The commanding general has a fixed number of aides-de-camp, which he can send to change his existing orders. The ADC moves on board to the divisional commander and can get lost or delayed. So the all-seeing player has only limited control of his divisions, and pre-planning is crucial. Another interesting aspect is the use of cavalry. Engaged cavalry becomes exhausted quickly. Cavalry gets blown. You have to reform the unit to get them ready for action again, and so must be unengaged for a whole turn to reform. This makes timing for cavalry charges a critical decision. If they are caught by a countercharge while blown, they will fight with greatly reduced moral rating and mostly lose. Musket fire in Shako 2 resembles more a shotgun blast and covers the area before the unit. If there are more units in the frontal zone of a firing unit, the damage, if 2 kills are achieved, is divided between these units. A charging unit has to take the full burden on its own. Light battalions can be divided in 2 skirmishing screens, which are more difficult to hit, but put out less damage to formed units. Close combat in Shako 2 are fast and bloody. Each side rolls a d6 and adds its highest moral rank, plus flank or rear support, and some situational modifications. Here comes a benefit for the reformed French army, which can be supported by units in column formation. Armies with the doctrine of the old regime only get support by units in line formation. The difference between both roles are the kills the losing side takes, and units falling back from combat can damage friendly units in their path. So much for the rules. There are some optional rules given, an easy to read unit list for most nations, and the so-called pick-up game army lists. a default army for each nation, with a few options. They are a bit large for beginning players, but nice to have. The scenario Quarter Brass completes the rules. What is unfortunately missing is an index. There is a scenario book for 1805 with 18 scenarios, including 4 for Austerlitz. If I find the time, I will do a playthrough for a sample battle. For the series, the next one will be Soldiers of Napoleon. Till then.